Um, no. Okay, there you go. E- Okay. Hi there. I'm Mia Griffith. I'm sorry. My son is awake. And yes, let's. I tried the OBS actually, but I don't understand OBS. I just have to go into learning that program. Oh, okay. It is cold. It's really cold today. It's really cold. So I hope you can hear me. Let me just see. Hope you can hear me. Let me just see. Yes, the sound is right. The picture show. Okay, let's go. The Horrended Deep. That is chapter. Oh, this is chapter one. Let's go to chapter three. I hope everybody have a nice day. Some places warmer than mine. It's really cold. Chapter 3. Let me see it. Let's go. There it goes. Chapter 3. Where the sea keeps names. Divan did not sleep. He lay on the narrow bank in his cabin, boots still on, one arm draped over his eyes if that might shut the world out. It didn't. The boat creaked around him, a living thing made of steel and memory, shifting with every slow swell. The engine throttle beneath the floor, steady and familiar. But there was something beneath it, something that didn't belong. A second rhythm, faint, stable, like a pulse that wasn't there. Divan, sorry about that. Divan turned his head slightly, listening harder. For a moment it seemed to glow, clearer, almost forming into something he could understand. Then it slipped away again, or sank deeper, just out of reach. That was how it always was. Never loud enough to prove, never clear enough to name, but it was there. He knew it. He sat up slowly, dragged the hand down his face. His eyes burned, not from drink, not even from exhaustion, but from something older. Something that had followed him for 15 years, a memory that had never loosened his grip. He swung his legs over the side of the bank and stood. The cabin felt too small, the air too thick. He needed space. He needed to see the world. The corridor outside was dim, lit by a single flickering bulb. It buzzed unevenly, threatening to die with every pulse of light. Steven passed beneath it without looking up. On deck, the night pressed in from all sides. No moon, no stars. Only darkness layered over darkness. The wind had dropped completely, leaving the sea unnatural calm. The surface stretched out flat and back and reflecting nothing. It didn't look like water. It looked like an absence. Devan stepped up to the railing. For a long moment he didn't move, didn't breathe deeper than necessary. He just listened. There it was again, that sound, far off, drowned out. Not quite a voice, but too close to one, like something trying to imitate what it had heard before. His jaw tightened. 15 years, and he still hadn't left him. He closed his eyes. The memory came without warning. A different boat, smaller but strong enough for two. An old vessel left to him and his brother by their father. The paint had been peeled even then, curling away from the wood in long, brittle strips. He could still remember the smell diesel, salt, and something metallic beneath it. He had been younger then, not by much, but enough that the world hadn't hardened around him yet. His brother stood beside him at the railing, laughing at something Divan could no longer recall. That was the worst part. He couldn't remember the last thing his brother said. Only what came after, the sound, a voice from the water. At first, they had thought it was another boat, something calling across the dark, but there had been no lights, no engine, nothing, only the sound. Did you hear that? His brother had said first. Dima had nodded. He heard it. He just hadn't wanted to admit it. They had leaned over the side together, looking, listening. The water had shifted, not like waves, not like the current. Something else, something alive beneath it. Then the voice came again, closer. Ivan's eyes snapped open. He was back at the marina, back in the present. But the feeling hadn't changed. It was the same wrongness, the same pull. Okay, let me just help my son. Oh my gosh. Yeah. BRB. Hi, Lippy. Yeah. Okay. Um. Zie nog, Lippy? Kom eens, Lippy ook. Kom eens aan. Wat krijg je gewoon te houden? Wat schrijft het nooit over? Ah, zijn het al werken? Oh, dank je toch. Oh, man. Okay, almost back. My son wanted a new movie. He has autism, so yeah. Okay, okay. Where were we? But the feeling hadn't changed. It was the same wrongness, the same pull, the same voice. He stepped back from the railing slowly, carefully. A door creaked open behind him. Hey, you're planning on standing there all night, Jonas? Devan turned. The old captain stepped out onto the deck, pulling his coat tighter against the cold. In the dim light, his face looked older than it had the night before. More worn. You should be sleeping, Jonas said. So should you, Jonas gave a small smirk. Never was, never was good at it. Devan almost smiled. Almost. They stood in the silence for a moment before Jonas moved to the railing, resting his hands against it. You feel it too, don't you? He asked. Ivan glanced at him. Feel what? Jonas kept his eye on the water. It's quiet. Ivan looked out again. It's too still, he said. Jonas nodded faintly. Storm building somewhere. He said, you can always feel it before it comes. Maybe. Or maybe it wasn't a storm at all. Stephen hesitated. Then, where are we heading? Jonas frowned slightly. West. Same as always. That's not what I meant. Jonas turned to him. Then what do you mean? Devan held his gaze. Coordination. For a second, Jonas said nothing. Then, you don't trust me to steer my own boat? It's not that. Then what? Devan looked away. The words felt heavier than they should. I just want to know. Jonas studied him for a long moment before letting out a quiet breath. We're heading a bit further out than usual, he said. Better shoals this time of year. How far? Jonas gave him the coordination. Devon froze, not visibly, not enough for anyone else to notice, but inside something dropped hard because he knew those numbers. He had never forgotten them. 15 years ago, the same stretch of water, the same blank space on the map, the place where his brother had gone over the side, the place where the voice had come from. You all right? Jonas asked. Devon nodded too quickly. Yeah, but this voice didn't sound right. Jonas narrowed his eyes slightly. You've been out there before? A pause, a long one. No, Devon said. The lies settled between them. Quiet, heavy. Jonas didn't push. Maybe he believed him. Maybe he didn't. Get some rest, Jonas said at last. We got work tomorrow. He turned to disappear back inside. Devon didn't move. The sea stretched out before him, endless, dark, waiting. You shouldn't have come. The thought hit him sharp and sudden. He shouldn't have stepped out onto this boat, shouldn't have let it carry him back there. But it's too late. They were already heading there, already cutting through water that remembered him. The sound came again. Closer, Steven's breath caught. He didn't move, didn't lean forward, didn't make the same mistake twice. But he listened. And this time he was sure it wasn't just a sound. It was a it was a forming, shaping itself into something almost human, something learning. And for the first time in 15 years, Steven understood something he had refused to believe. It had been an accident that night. His brother hadn't just fallen, he had been taken, dragged down into the dark by something that wore a voice. The voice that had followed him from the harbor, the voice that was still out there now. The report said the sea took him. It was a storm, bad luck, but that had never been the truth. Something else had been there, something beneath the water, and for now, as Marilena pushed it deep into the back, black, heading to the same place, that same something was still waiting there. Still remember. Divan stepped back from the landing gate. Further this time, deeper down, he knew one thing with absolute certainty. They weren't heading into open water. They were heading back to a place that did not forget. And whoever lived there had just realized he had returned. They will perish. I say, that is chapter 3 from uh, The Horror in the Deep. And yes, the chapter is, you know, I would say, uh, there's my son again. Uh, the way I wrote this story was intense. It's a lot of intenseness, and you know, the the action is basically the first chapters. There's just talking and getting ready and stuff. But Japan chapter 3 of there's a really non-stop emotions that going through everybody's mind, and especially for Divan because he was there 15 years back with his brother, and they were fishing on their little boat, little shippy, little boat that they inherited from their father. Um, and the voice came over, the voice called them, and the voice dragged his brother down into the deep, into the darkness. And it was not it was very disturbing for him. It took a toll on him. It took his mind. And the same thing with the report of his brother's death was never like it was he was dragged down or he was killed by something. It was always just like it was a stormy night and he was killed in the storm and something like that. But Dion knew they couldn't talk with anybody with this because everybody's gonna think, you are very yes. But yes, um, sorry about the waiting long to get a new stream in. I did download OBS, but I don't understand how that works. I really need instructions. So I think I had to go visit a YouTube how to record with OBS. um. So yes. Uh, and we had problems with uh, power. The power, and well, after the power, I had problems with my fiber. Uh, they did send out that the fiber line was they are repairing it and stuff like that. So yes, couldn't do a lot of things. But thank you, or even if you listen afterwards, thank you. And if you can, maybe please subscribe and like. Thank you so much. Bye bye.